guys? This is Papa Joe for this week's edition of the Middle South Vlogs. Today we have a cool guest, Mr. Domenic Ray. He's an acoustic performer. And I always like to talk about how, like, Judy and I go back with our guests. So I remember we met Dom about
like
3 years
ago. Yeah,
we had
I was one at the time.
Yeah, we had like a ugly Christmas sweater show here at the Middle Shop. And he played with Mary Morick, a good friend of ours. They went under Swoon?
Aspen,
that's right, Aspen. Yeah, Swoon is one of his former bands as well. And he played drums for them. So yeah, it's been about 3 years, and it's always cool seeing Dom at shows and stuff. It's always like a little reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just enjoy his company. He's a good kid. So I'll give you a moment now to introduce yourself.
All right, how's it going? I'm Domenic Ray. I am an acoustic artist. I also drum, and I also do vlogs and such. Pretty much.
Yeah, I watched some of your vlogs. Some of them are like your day-to-day.
Yeah, a lot of them are day-to-day. The more current ones that I've put up now are more so drum-related or music-related. I did a vlog with State Limbo when they had their EP release party and stuff like that. And then most recently, actually this morning, I uploaded a new one. If you want to check that out. That one is actually about a Underoath cover I did of their song "Writing on Walls."
Nice. So what's the YouTube channel?
The YouTube channel is the same thing, Domenic Ray. You can look me up on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat.
Yeah, his vlog, it's a little more true to the word vlog because it's like him recording his daily activities with friends and stuff. And I've watched them and they're really cool. Especially my favorite ones are when Felix comes out. Because dude, like it's Felix.
He's funny. He's a funny dude.
He's a character, man. So let's talk about you and music. Like, when did you find out you were be into music, or what got you into it?
Well, I got into music at a very young age. I was around like maybe 6th grade. I always looked up to, around that time on TV, Drake and Josh was always on. It was always something that I would always watch, and I was inspired to be like, Drake. And growing up, I always listened to bands like 3 Days Grace, Chevelle, and stuff like that. Yeah, radio stuff. Dad rock. And I really gravitated towards music, and I remember being in my room when I was like in 6th grade, and I had a really crappy first act electric guitar, and I would pretend like I was Adam Gauthier from 3 Days Grace, and I was aspired to be a musician. And it wasn't until my freshman year of high school I started really getting serious with guitar, and I would play in the hallways, and that's where I met a few friends that they taught me how to play some things on guitar. And then around my junior year and sophomore year, like somewhere in between there, like the summer, I started getting into drumming, and that's when that sort of took off in a sense.
Yeah, I noticed that you've always surrounded yourself by really cool people, like Swoon. You had some really cool friends, and Aspen, Mary,
yeah.
She's so cool.
She's so cool. I miss her.
Yeah, me too, man. But it's also cool to see the awesome things she's doing with her life. So, like, what about any training? Like, were you in band? Were you a band kid, or?
No, actually, completely self-taught. Everything from guitar to drums. Just a lot of YouTube videos, to be honest. Like, I just spent countless hours on YouTube, just practicing and learning new techniques and going over and just repeating things.
Yeah, I know that you were also taking some classes at Full Sail?
Yes, I went to Full Sail University for a little bit. What I did there is recording art. So basically, I just wanted to find a way to record myself and, really get some solid bass recordings for studio, and, kind of see how the studio works. And that really did help me out there.
Cool. You listed some of your early influences, like Chevelle and 3 Days Grace. Mm-hmm. So what about your influences today?
Oh, okay. So there's a few. I listen to a lot of Delta Sleep now, more so than yeah, they're probably like the band I listen to most currently.
What about from Indian Lakes?
From Indian Lakes, they were great. I love Joey Vishnussi. He's such an amazing guy. I actually really like his acoustic style. I like how he relates his real world problems into his songs, and how all his songs are like a story. And when you actually hear a background of certain things that he's gone through, you actually do kind of in turn hear him in the songs. And I like to bring that aspect of From Indian Lakes onto the table.
Dude, we love From Indian Lakes. That's like, that's
Oh, yeah.
like right here, man.
I
Like,
know,
every time
I've
I
seen
hear
them,
it,
I've
like,
seen them twice.
I don't know, man. It's like, it touches my soul when I hear them. And it's been pretty cool because we've actually been really blessed because we've had the chance to meet them twice. We've gone to their meet and greets and
That's
VIP
awesome.
stuff. Just recently in October, we went to Dallas and met with my son and his girlfriend. We drove to Deep Ellum and got to do the VIP meet and greet with Joey. And he did like a very intimate, it was supposed to be a 3-song acoustic set, just him, but he did a 6-song set and it was freaking amazing.
That sounds good.
I was standing right here and he was sitting where you're at, just playing and singing.
I'm kind of a little jealous.
And I actually got your request, the first song I requested that he played Runner, so it was awesome, man. And I feel like a connection when I know that kid's like from Indian Lakes because they're really like special.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. It's cool that I look forward to hearing some of those influences of your stuff. Cool. So as far as your original music that's specific to Domenic Ray, how many songs do you have?
Oh, in total, I have about 12 songs. They are, I guess, a range of different genres. I typically gravitate towards an alternative acoustic sound. Sometimes I add a little folk aspect depending on if the song calls for it or not.
Cool. So are those songs that you only perform on your own, or is that some of the like material that you've played with your former bands?
No, actually, it's all stuff that I've made on my own. Going back to the high school thing from earlier, I used to write a lot, and I found a few notebooks like when I got into college, and going through them, I was like, oh, some of this is actually really good, and maybe some of this isn't so good. So there was times where I had to do some like editing and revising, and I use a lot of those elements in my music.
Nice. What do you write about?
Ooh, all sorts of things. Typically, my own experiences or feelings. I like to use a lot of metaphor when I write because I don't really want people to know the stuff that I'm necessarily going through. I would rather use a metaphor to kind of make people interpret it in their own way and maybe relate to it in their own way, opposed to trying to understand what my story is.
Cool. So how much of that stuff is recorded? Since somebody studied engineering.
Yeah, well, so I have about 5 songs recorded. I'm actually planning on releasing those 5 songs on an EP called Nature vs. Nurture. That should be out in June. And those will feature songs that I've been performing for a while and 2 new songs that I haven't really played live.
Did you record all those on your own?
I did record all those on my own, yes.
So like those recordings, are they just acoustic guitar and your vocals?
No, actually I have a little, there's some other instruments in there, nothing too crazy. I have a few shakers, a kick drum, some bells and stuff like that. So I try to keep it as acoustic as possible.
Nice. And is any of that stuff uploaded yet, like on any internet?
I have bits and pieces of it uploaded on my Instagram. So if you were to go through my Instagram, there's like maybe 3 or 4 snippets of it. One of my vlogs actually has, one of the newer ones. It has a little clip of me performing, and so that's about a good 3 minutes of just my live performance.
That's cool. So like, how do you go about like finding new music? Like maybe stuff that's really underground or that hasn't been heard.
That interests me, or okay. So
like I can tell you like
a lot of times it's word of mouth. To be honest, like I don't really like constantly look for artists. I kind of just happen to come across artists.
Yeah, like what I like to do is I like to put on YouTube like at work when I'm doing paperwork and stuff, and just let it play, and then it'll usually like start playing. Artists that are similar to what I searched for, and I found a bunch of really cool stuff that way. So I mean that's something I know that you can also like do like a radio shuffle on Spotify.
Yeah, you can do specific songs. They also have like a weekly what's it called? Discover Weekly. Yeah, they do that. But I tend to I just come across it different ways. Sometimes it's YouTube, Spotify, word of mouth. You got a lot of friends in the scene, so a lot of them do tend to like show you music, so I don't really have to go looking for it.
Yeah, and do you get into like different guitar styles?
I do actually. I got really into classical guitar there was a guitar player. It's surprising. He's from Australia.
Dude, I've seen some pretty cool bands from Australia.
I watch a lot of buskers, to be honest. I like a lot of the like picking styles they do and stuff. So I got really into some classical picking styles. So there are moments in my song where I'll like have to drop a pick and like do some finger style and a little bit of tapping here and there. Depends on the song again.
Yeah, I trip out when like guitarists are exclusively like pickers and pull-offs, tappers. That's really cool. I mean, that's a
really hard skill, man.
I know, yeah.
That's
a lot of math.
Yeah.
Cool. So, I know you mentioned you do like an alternative and a little bit of folksy, but is there a specific term you would use to describe yourself?
Honestly, like I would say more folk, if anything, like modern folk. I would relate myself more so to like Mumford and Sons or the Lumineers.
What about locals? Like, who are some of your favorite locals?
Oh, my favorite locals in the scene. Oh God, I love Javier Martinez. I've played a few shows with him. He is one of the coolest dudes I've ever met.
Fun fact. Guess who's Javier's boss? Yeah, Javier's such a good dude, man. And when he applied for a job where I work at, and he was hired. So yeah, I'm his boss.
Yeah, and then other locals, I don't know if you've heard them yet, Mountain Vibes?
Yes, yeah.
So Abe and Steve, I actually work with Steve, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
So, I get to hear a lot about his project with them, and I just love their music, man. They're just awesome dudes.
Yeah, we saw them at Funk Myers, I guess about a month and a half ago, and they did a really cool cover of Khalid's Location.
They're so good. They're so good.
They can sing, man.
This next one is called Fell Into a Hole. Yesterday I fell into a hole. Didn't come out until the air was drying. The day before I fell off of the ledge, carrying a heavy weight and things I left unsaid. Will be a time when stories told, when hope rolls into the sky. I'm getting old, the wind will blow. Yesterday I fell into a hole. Yesterday I fell into a hole. I felt the warmth of the sun the other day. I couldn't help but fake a smile on my face. The ocean mist falls upon my skin. I couldn't help but feel the pain I had within. There will be a time when stories told, the wind will blow into the sky. I'm getting old, the wind will blow. Yesterday I fell into a hole. 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 I didn't come out till the air was drying. The day before I fell off of the ledge, carrying a heavy weight and things I left unsaid.
I know I always mention that shows are obviously our thing.
They're a big
That's
thing.
like, I don't know, man. It's like, it gets weird for us when we go to a show after a couple of days. I mean, this whole thing with my shoulder's been pretty messed up lately, but I can be a big boy.
Yeah.
Just pop through. But I know we've seen you at, I've never seen you at Boomtown.
Yeah, I've played Boomtown a few times.
You play over there in that corner.
Yeah, I've played here. I've played here in this corner.
What are some of the other local venues you played at?
Other local venues I've played at Lowbrow Palace. I've played at Liquid Courage, Let There Be Rock, and I've actually played at Fountains of Fair.
Ooh, nice. With Swoon or?
Yeah, with Swoon.
Nice.
That was a good while back.
So is and it's kind of weird because we don't normally talk about like our featured artists, former bands, but like Swoon was a really cool project.
Yeah,
Is that something that just like ran its course?
No. Well, what happened is it was kind of unfortunate. So what had happened with that is
You don't have to go into detail.
we kind of like all of us moved at the same time, so we kind of like had to cut it, and then when we all came back together, we just kind of never really got back together. I mean, we're still cool. I still talk to both Chris and Victor, but we never really considered getting back. Chris is doing his own thing, Victor's doing his own thing.
It happens, man. I mean, it's just the nature of the band, the whole band thing. It's like relationships. That's what I always tell my son. It's like being in a relationship, man.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes it makes you happy, sometimes it hurts. So, what about? I know what you were in Florida. You were in Orlando.
Yes, it was in Orlando, Florida.
Dude, Orlando's muggy as fuck.
It's humid, but it's manageable after a while.
Yeah, I think it's something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
I've been there like 3 times and I can't breathe there, man. I thought San Antonio was bad, but Orlando's like a whole different.
Orlando's like swamp, man. It's just pure swamp.
Yeah. The amusement parks out there are really cool, though, man. So, did you get to play anywhere out there?
Yes, I did. Actually, I played at my school a few times. I've played on Full Sail Live, and I've actually played at a little venue. It's kind of like you remember the Percolator? It's kind of like that. They call it the Treehouse, and it's like a little coffee shop that they have there, and a lot of acoustic acts and rappers and people like that.
Man, I wish so bad that they would bring back the Percolator.
Yeah.
That was one of our favorite venues because you could catch some bands, hang out with friends, order waffles,
get some coffee,
drink some beers. Downtown, it was great, man. But I don't know, like venues, they come through in episodes, man. Yeah. Little short episodes. And what about like promoters? Who's helped you? Who's booked you?
Ooh, a lot of so a lot of the promoters. Rene Hernandez has to be a big one. He's supported me from day one. He's always been like, I'm one of always the first people he always comes to when he needs somebody for a show, and it's kind of nice being able to help him out when he needs it.
Yeah, I don't have to tell you guys about Rene Hernandez because he's my boy, man. I would adopt him if I could.
Javier again. I'm mentioning Javier. He's booked me a few times, and that's about it so far. It's been those two.
Cool. Who would you like to work with? As far as from local promoters, like who would?
Oh, both of them. To be honest, I mean they're both great guys, and they're both local artists, and it's pretty much self-explanatory when you work with them. They kind of tell you when to be there, what's going to happen, and how it's going to go down, and as long as you uphold your end of the bargain, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I know Rene was just here the other day, hanging out with us, and we had a little birthday party for Judy because it was her birthday on
Happy belated.
Monday, May the 1st. So happy birthday to Mama Judy. Yeah, he was here. We were talking, and it's really cool that he's starting to get some shows at Dead Beach Brewery.
Oh yeah, he's booked me there a few times.
That place is really cool, man. Like they have that little patio in the middle. Out in front, they usually have that like a
kaidama. Yeah, that sushi place.
It's like a sushi, and they also
have a sushi burrito and ramen
noodles. Ramen
noodles, yeah.
Yeah, that's not my thing, but I know that a lot of people really like it. But yeah, it's cool that he's doing stuff there. I mean, like I said, there's a shortage of venues, so we can have shows there. That's pretty cool. I remember like a couple months back, they also had like a little block party there.
Yeah.
Block parties are always cool.
They're awesome.
So what are some of your show pet peeves?
Ooh, okay, so I would have to say I have like 3. The first one would be when they tell you have a certain set time or that your set's a certain length and they either cut it or make it longer on you and you're just kind of like, you know, I wasn't prepared for that.
But just remember though, promoters are looking for acts who will say, hey, all right, man, cool.
Yeah.
We're good.
That's
so
one.
that's
one. And then the second one would probably have to be when, like when you're working with other local bands that are there and they get, you know, really snobby and they either like they only stay for their set and they leave. That's like one of my biggest with anything, like any show. Like I'm always there from start to end of shows when, you know, unless I need to be somewhere in the morning.
Dude, I can list like 5 off the top of my head who do that, but I won't. Okay, and then you said there was 3?
Yeah, so then the last one would probably be when owners of the venue, and this has happened, you know, this has happened to State Limbo back when I was in Limbo, and when, you know, this happened at the Pint and Peanut. What had happened is that they kicked us out, because at the time I was like 19, or no, 20? I wasn't 21 yet. And we were not allowed to go into the venue until it was our time to play, and then they kicked us out immediately.
Yeah, the whole minor thing.
Yeah, it's just,
I know that recently they've been really cracking down on venues that have bars and minors, because apparently some of the venues sell beer to minors, and that's, I don't know anything about that. That's what I've heard, man.
yeah.
And come on, let's not be like blind about it. We know what happens. Dude, it's been happening since I was a kid. I remember when I was like 14 years old, I was buying kegs.
Yeah.
But then again, back then when I was younger, the drinking age was 19. So, I mean, that doesn't excuse it, and kids know better. But kids are curious and they want to try stuff out.
Everyone wants to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's never gonna change. So it forces venue owners to be a little more strict about it, because they have their licenses on the line, and it's totally understandable. Like it's easy for me to understand it because I'm old enough to drink and it doesn't affect me. But as a kid, I'd probably be like, shit, that sucks.
A little upset about it.
I can't go to shows, or I gotta be. But you know, it's gonna get to a point to where anybody under 21 can go to the shows. So I think, you know, if kids want to avoid those kind of things, then just go to a show and do what you're there for. Don't try to stay out of trouble, man.
Yeah.
Like we have a friend named Keith, and every time we see him, he always says, "Make good choices." So kids, make good choices. Okay, so as far as social media, I know that I've seen you on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. You can both, you know, either like my band page or you can like my personal page. It doesn't matter. Either one, you can contact me on either one. They're both Domenic Ray, so they should both come up, and they actually both have the same profile picture, so it's pretty easy to spot.
Cool.
I also have Instagram. You can contact me on there. I do post a lot of my own things, and then YouTube and you know, Snapchat.
Nice. Did you want to mention your band, your current band?
My current band. I'm also in a band called Sailing Apollo. We are a progressive math rock band. We've been at that for about a month and a half now.
Yeah, we got to see you guys like about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, man, we're pretty happy with it.
Thank you.
Good stuff, man. So like, I know you mentioned that sometimes promoters or the promoters bring surprises on you as far as your set length. So like, what could you bring to a show?
What could I bring to a show?
As far as how long you can play.
Oh, okay. So typically my set times are anywhere from like if I'm with my band, it's gonna probably be like 30 minutes. But if it was my acoustic, I could do anything from 30-minute to an hour and a half set. You know, I have that much material set out that I can do that much. I know Renee had booked me for Dead Beach, and I played a whole hour set there. And I did a 45-minute set for Javier at Let There Be Rock.
Hey, are you still doing that front porch step cover?
I can if you want me to.
No, I'm just wondering. I know there was some controversy with the singer and stuff.
Yeah, no.
Dude, it's such a good song too, man.
It's a great song. But yeah, I haven't really done too many covers lately. I mean, I have a few under my belt that I could bust out if I needed to.
Have you learned any from Indie Links?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
I learned Our Father Is Missing. I love that song.
Anything newer?
No, actually probably, what's it called? Now With the Wooden Legs is my favorite album by far, so.
I don't know, man. It's hard for me. I like all of them.
I'm torn between Able Bodies and Man with the Wooden Legs.
I really like their new stuff too, man. Like I could put that on repeat all day long.
Pretty good.
Love it, especially what's that American? I'm getting confused with Kill You. American Teen. American Dream.
American
Yeah, that's
Dream.
some good stuff, man. Okay, so like, what advice would you give to a young musician like my daughter? Because she's the reason why I asked this question.
Okay, some advice I would give to you is always be optimistic. You need to be very positive and very outgoing when you're presenting yourself to promoters or other bands. Don't be afraid to get up there. You need to make sure that you're constantly talking to people, you're networking, because you never know when you need to know somebody. And be cool with everybody. Like they tell, when I was back in Full Sail, they always told us one thing whenever you're in studio, and if you want to be a session musician or an audio engineer, and they always ask for who can hang, because in the end of it, that's it. As long as you're a cool person, as long as you're true to yourself and you're consistent and you're honest about things, everything should be fine.
And what about any crazy show stories?
Ooh, crazy short stories. I have one in particular. I was back with my band Swoon. We actually got kicked off the Percolator stage.
Oh shit.
That's our third show.
I don't think I ever saw that, the Percolator. What the hell?
Oh, God.
Who kicked you off?
Alan, surprisingly, from Formal Intent. We're good friends now, and all of us are cool. It's just, it was for an ugly Christmas sweater party at the Percolator. They told us we cannot play any cover songs, and we decided to play one by a band called Blink-182, I Won't Be Home for Christmas. And we played it.
Covered like a more obscure band.
Yeah, we were thinking like something weird. Like, and the minute we played it, like they told us that we can play it, and they literally shut down the lights at the stage. They cut our power, and Chris, being Chris, replied on the microphone. We weren't supposed to play that song, but we played it anyway. And Alan didn't take too kind to that, so we got booted off stage.
Well, I can tell you that I know that. I don't know, there's like an entity that's very strict on that, man. Like, I know if you own a bar or venue that features live music, you have to pay for certain privileges to feature that kind of stuff in your venue. And if you don't have it, they can sue the hell out of you.
They can even shut you down.
They can take everything you own, man. So I could see where Ellen was coming from.
Yeah.
I know that you guys, like, how old were you at that time?
Oh, I was like 18. Chris was maybe like 20. We were young, man. Like,
yeah, sometimes kids don't understand the magnitude of the things that they could cause. So be very careful with that, man. If a promoter asks you not to do something specifically,
don't do it.
Just don't do it, man. It's not that they're being a hard ass, because like anybody who knows Ellen knows that he's not a hard ass.
No,
He's like one of the coolest
cool dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
Now, knowing him now, it's funny that was my first encounter with him, because now I could actually sit down and have a conversation about music and all this, and like looking back, it's kind of funny to me that that's where we started.
Yeah, I know that they're even strict about jukeboxes in bars. If you don't pay for the rights to play that stuff in your bar, you can get in deep shit too. I know there was like a really well-known establishment on the east side of El Paso that got shut down because of that reason, that I will not mention, because I don't know anything about the legal ramifications. But be careful, man. You said you had more crazy show stories? Or?
Oh, I have a few more.
That's pretty crazy, man.
That one was probably like the craziest. That was one that I don't get to talk about a lot. Another one would probably be there was a double show we did. Same band. We had to be at Eleanor Rigby's on the east side, and then 30 minutes in between we had to be at Lowbrow. So we had to be there fast, and like literally that one was like the craziest ride ever, because Chris's mom, like we all got in the car, and Chris's mom was just jetting down the highway. And we were
Nice.
That one.
Cool. So what about any shout-outs? Anybody you'd like to give a shout-out to?
Probably my boys in State Limbo. They're pretty cool.
They are, man. They're really cool dudes.
They're awesome. I love hanging with Felix, Andrew, Eli, and Fumbles. Me and Fumbles actually do a lot of drumming videos.
Hey, what's Fumbles' real name?
Jordan.
Cool. We had them here like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't ask him what his real name was.
His real name is
just
Jordan.
kept playing Fumbles. So hey, everyone with Fumbles.
Dr. Fumbles.
Yes. Anybody else?
Renee and Javier, thank you for all the shows you've booked me for and being really cool dudes.
Yeah. Maybe Christian Yanis, Lowbrow.
No, yeah. Christian's booked back with Swoon. He used to book us a lot with Lowbrow when he was with the other half.
Yeah, Christian's one of the coolest dudes in the scene, man. I don't have to kiss anybody's ass. They're all my friends,
Yeah.
So like shout out to him and also to Caroline with spending some. She's always so cool to Judy and I when we see her at the No Problem. So shout out to her. And of course shout out to the birthday girl.
And shout out to Papa Joe and Mama Judy.
Yeah, this is Judy's month. So all of May, if you see Judy, tell her happy birthday, man. Come up to her, give her like a long distance hug. Don't get too close. That's fine. Okay, so this is a segment of a vlog where we hear the dogs bark outside because they won't shut up. So just bear with us. I think they're done now. Okay, this is the rapid fire. Ask Dom 5 quick questions. He has like 0.021376 seconds to answer. Okay, so since I did see from Indianix and we had that VIP, what song did I request Joey to play?
You said Runner.
Fucking cool. Yes, dude, Runner has a very special place in my heart because of my son's dog, Portable Runner. Okay, what was the weirdest thing you ate in Orlando?
The weirdest thing? Gator. I had gator.
Dude, fried gator's not bad. Did you have it at Papados?
No, I had it at this restaurant on Cocoa Beach called Pelicans. Cool. And they had fried gator and it was really nice.
Okay, so what's your favorite restaurant in El Paso?
Favorite restaurant in El Paso? I'm kind of torn between Steve-O's and, well, I mean, Chico's is gone. But,
we had Chico's last night.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was empty.
I'm gonna say Steve-O's.
Nice. Okay, cool. Can you play cajon?
I cannot.
Dude, you're a drummer.
I know. I like. It's funny because everyone's like, "Oh, it translates." No, it's not. You have to like use your hands a certain way, and I just can't hack it.
Yeah, there's different spots on the cajon.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, it has this like a snare at the base. It's crazy, man. Okay, so like, what is your dream meet and greet?
My dream meet and greet. Oh, that is. I'm gonna say Anthony Green of Circus Survive. I would love to meet him.
Cool. I'd like to meet the dude from. Damn it! I'm not gonna remember his name. City and Color.
Oh, he's also. Isn't he also in Alex is on Fire?
Yeah. Alex is on Fire.
That's right. He's a big influence too.
Love his music, man.
Oh man, City and Color is so good.
Yeah. Okay, so like this is the end of the vlog. Is there anything that you didn't mention that you'd like to talk about now? Don't want to leave anything unsaid?
I'm pretty sure I got everything.
You got everything?
Yeah.
You need to shout out your mom, dude, like your parents.
Hi, Mom.
Being a dad,
they probably won't watch it.
Hey, man, so like, are you from the east side?
Oh god, I'm kind of from like a little bit of everywhere. Like I grew up mainly on the east side, but I went to school like in Central, and then my grandparents were always on the west side, and I have family on the northeast, so it's kind of hot.
Northeast. I'm from the Lower Valley, dude. You can't scare me.
I live on the northeast now.
Lower Valley kids don't die, we multiply.
You multiply.
Okay, man, so you know what? I want to thank you for being our guest here this week. It's always awesome hanging out with you and seeing you at shows and stuff. Even if we don't get the chance to talk, just seeing you there. I mean, we always talk about the kids who go to shows. Because trust me, we see you guys, man. We notice these things. And Dom is definitely one of the kids who goes to shows that he's not playing. So yeah, try to do that. Also, I want to give a shout out to Mama Judy as always. Double duty on the cameras, kicking ass, no complaints, just doing her thing. And we'll see you guys next time on the Metal Shop Vlogs.
It is.